Do you have someone in your life who won't shut up about his cum rocket? And I'm not talking about his, I'm talking about an actual cryptocurrency called cum rocket. All right, Chet, what's the deal? Even worse, are you on to something? And if you browse the internet for even a second, you're going to run into a crypto success story, something like this. Brett, the crypto bro, bought $5 in Bitcoin after water polo practice in 2015, and now this guy owns 3 fucking Fabergé eggs. Which, obviously, my tacky ass would like a Fabergé egg too. Hi, I'm Amanda. You may know me as the Dumpster Doggy, and welcome to Call Them on Their Bull, where I take down some of the internet's worst investing advice. And this time, today, we're talking tales from the crypt bro. And specifically, I'm going to be addressing the crypto evangelists who encourage you to put it all in. Now, I feel the need to say right up front, before the crypto bros come for me, that I am not denying that there is money to be made in crypto. I also understand that crypto, or at least the underlying technology called blockchain, is the future. No matter how many acres of Amazon rainforest it burns down in the process. And truly, I know that for many people, crypto represents a world that is better than the one that we're in now, financially and otherwise. That said, you came here for my opinion, and my opinion is that there is no good ethical argument for cryptocurrency and other blockchain activities. The technology's energy use is stratospheric, and there is currently no way to support cryptocurrency without harming the environment. And I say this because I want to be completely honest with you that I have taken up a very small amount of crypto investing, but I'm also not afraid to admit that I doubt this decision constantly because of its ethical implications, right? Am I doing the right thing by even helping you to entertain the option? I don't know. And so today, I'm here as an investment educator to give you some framework for understanding whether you might want to add crypto to your investing strategy. So to answer the question right off of the bat, should you invest in cryptocurrency? Sure, with any money that you're okay with losing. Right now, think of any investment in a cryptocurrency like that sparkly clutch that you take out on Friday nights. You have to be okay with the fact that you could lose it in a taxi. Okay, let's back it up. What is a cryptocurrency? Your local fleece-wearing crypt keeper will tell you that it's simple. It's money, but money that you can't really use in everyday life, right? Like you wake up in the morning and you don't know whether you can afford a sandwich or a house. It's created by computers solving Rubik's Cubes really, really fast. And you can buy it on a platform run by those weird twins from The Social Network. Oh, and no one knows who invented it. What's not to get? Okay. It is a digital currency. And as of right now, cryptocurrency is separate from our central banking system. In the US, at least, the Treasury prints our bills, and then the Fed, as in the Federal Reserve, not K-Fed, the Fed keeps a watch on what the money's actually doing out there to attempt to control things like the wild price swings that we see in Bitcoin. And cryptocurrency is created by mining. And a popular mining process is called proof of work. And it's basically just computers completing calculations. And you can think of it like a video game. You figure out how to beat a level, you get a coin, you move on to the next level. It's harder, uses even more energy, but if you beat it, you get a coin. And then what miners do is they set up a bunch of computers to do that automatically. Now at this point, you might be like, okay, I get that, but what gives it value? And frankly, that is a very good question. So make no mistake, these would otherwise be throwaway calculations that have value because a bunch of people decided that they have value, which may feel funky. I also have mixed feelings about it, but it's not like it's the only thing in our society that requires our collective belief. Our currency right now, the Supreme Court, these are all things that require our collective belief. Then once the currency is mined, it can be used for either transactions or as an investment. And frankly, most of us are not interested in mining, and really we're not even interested in using it as a currency because it's still pretty clunky to use, it's expensive to use. But instead, we are interested in crypto as a way to potentially make money, an investment. And if we're being honest with ourselves, a way to make money fast. Here's the thing about any one cryptocurrency. The value of each coin will ultimately be determined by our belief in that coin. And so which one or two or three of those cryptocurrencies will be in use 10 years from now or 20 years from now or 30 years from now, if any of them are, honestly, It's anybody's guess. At this very moment in time, as of filming, the frontrunner appears to be Bitcoin, which is the original. It's the first. We're also getting a lot of institutional buy-in to Bitcoin right now. But maybe in 10 years, it'll be a totally different coin with a better technology, right? Maybe we'll look back and be like, that was cute. What a cute technology. Like, for example, right now, many prefer Ethereum's underlying technological infrastructure. Or maybe it'll be one that we don't even know about yet because the technology is continuing to improve. Or maybe it's the fucking Shiba Inu joke coin beloved by Reddit bros the whole world over. Because again, at the end of the day, the thing that will prop up the price of a coin is our widespread belief in it. People buying into that coin, which is happening with Dogecoin right now. So yeah, I guess what I'm saying is that Cum Rocket has a chance. I'm not personally buying cummies, but if it does indeed become the global de facto currency 30 years from now, I can't be mad at that. So it is not even necessarily a meritocracy where if you just did enough research, you could figure out which one of these toddlers is ultimately going to become prom king, because telling the future is really, really hard. And what I'm not saying is that you shouldn't do your research. You should. But in the world of investing, this is what we call speculation. Think of it like an iced coffee after a run. You know that this could result in bliss, but it could also result in diarrhea. Here's a non-comprehensive list of things that have worse long-term odds than we care to believe. Any one cryptocurrency, any one stock, marriage. I know you did your research. I trust your research. I'm just here with the numbers, that's all. And so what we see with a lot of cryptocurrencies is these big price spikes that also come down on the other side. Why does this happen? Well, when people are really confused about the value of something, which, like, let's be honest, we're all kind of confused about what the real value of this thing is, you end up with a lot of money coming in and out. We call those in and outflows, which is one of the major factors that causes these massive price swings, what we call volatility. A lot of money goes in, that pushes the coin price higher. Money gets pulled out, that drops demand, that drops the price lower. And it's really hard to wake up in the morning and know on that day or in the next month or year or 10 years what the global appetite is going to be for any one of these coins. Like, what is the global demand collectively going to want? That's a hard thing to predict. So can you make money fast in the crypto markets? Sure. But to me, that's gambling. Because yes, there are these wild price spikes. If you're lucky, you get to ride one up, but there's a downside to those spikes. And that is what you're not hearing. Thad is not bravely taking to the internet to let people know that he lost his mom's retirement savings on a bad Bitcoin trade. So back to our original question, should you invest in cryptocurrency? Sure. I'm never going to encourage people to invest less. I'm just here to remind you about risk. And I do think that this brings us to an interesting conversation about risk. Who gets to take risk? Who gets to take risk in this country? There are really two camps of thought here, both of which have very valid points. So the first is that if you're not doing the boring stuff already, like you got an emergency fund, you're maxing out your 401k, investing in low-cost index funds, you don't have any high-interest debt, then you already have a lot of financial risk, and maybe it's not the right time for you to take on additional investing risk. And so that's one camp. On the other end of the spectrum are the people that say that young people should take risks. Live a little. You've got an income, take a risk. I personally do it with about 4% of my overall investment portfolio. I like the diversification. I have fucking FOMO about it. But you ultimately have to decide what makes sense for you. What percentage should it make up of your overall strategy? And that will be determined by you, your goals, your personal financial situation, your risk tolerance, not mine, not some Reddit bros. And generally speaking, I do prefer to invest in what I call productive assets. So for example, when you invest in an S&P 500 index fund, you are actually invested in the 500 biggest and baddest companies in the United States. And these companies, you own stocks, right? And these companies are actively paying out their excess profits in dividends to the shareholders, people who own that stock. And this is ownership in a company that is very much incentivized to create wealth. It's more or less an investment in believing that the economy is going to grow, for better or for worse. I often get asked questions like, should I put $1,000 in XYZ coin? Again, sure, fucking go for it. Like, spend $1,000 on penis straws at a bachelorette party if you want. Because even though $1,000 is a sum of money that could really help a lot of families, no one-time $1,000 investment is going to make or break your investment strategy, because that's not what investing is. Investing, unfortunately, is the small, hard, boring decisions that you make month after month after month. And so if you are going to invest in crypto, make a habit out of it. Don't wait until everybody's talking about it again, because they're probably talking about it because it just had a price spike. And so you don't want to be that investor that invests after that ship has sailed at the top. Instead, make a regular habit out of it. I love you. Please be careful. Don't invest out of desperation or because the Crypt Bros said that you had to.